viewers, thank you very much. Welcome to Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting from the Political Command Center in London. Thank you very much. This is the new studios in London that will be broadcasting. I will be back in Nairobi by Friday morning. I will be back in Nairobi to make sure that every Kenyan and every person in the world knows that I will stand by my word when I said Baba will be in State House. Opinion polls this morning show Baba is 47 points clear ahead of William Ruto, whose points are going down, going down. I predicted it. I told you that it will be around there to about 53% that Baba will take it home on that point. This morning, another company, independent, it has no tribe, because most of the companies that do opinion are called tribes. And so this one has no tribe. It has no tribe at all. It is said, the opinion, Mr. Raila Amolo Odinga is ahead of Mr. William Convict Ruto by 6 points. You know, when you're a convict, you must be serving sentence, not to be roaming around the streets of Kenya telling people rubbish. So for me, I don't regard Ruto as a normal person who should be on top of the vehicles. Both of them are convicts by the judiciary that is going to see their petition, or they will go to the same judiciary to petition. How can a convict go to petition when we have one with a landslide? Thank you very much, viewers. Today, our topic is the election conversation and breaking away from all the norms. We want now to converse. We want Otieno to tell us the story of land of United States. How is the diaspora going to vote? We want Nakuru, the legacy man, to tell us more. We want Giragu was at the dam yesterday when the president was opening this dam, good dam, in their own place, in his own Gatundu North constituency. We want to know. We want my friend in Meru, Douglas Kirimi. He knows the mirror is now. We are hitting 800 million shillings within 2 weeks. Is that not a miracle? Is that not Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta doing it? Good relationship, international legacy. This is Dr. David Matsanga, right from London. With us, joining us live from United States of America is Sophista Otieno. Otieno, test the microphone now. Unmute.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Matsanga. I think the last time I saw you was somewhere in the city. I think that was like 2012. That's the last time I saw you. I've not seen you again. Great pleasure seeing you. I'm glad this time you're on our side politically. But one thing is clear, that you've always chosen the winning team. So when you're on Baba's side, I believe that you're correct. You're spot on. And
yes,
since 2012, I think you've always.
Yes.
What did you say, sir?
There is no side that I choose that loses. And you are correct.
That's true.
That is one. And one of the sides that have remained and maintained on is Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta side. He's my friend, right, and I didn't buy friendship. Therefore, I'm not bothered about anybody criticizing me. As long as I'm defending my friend, I have no regrets. He doesn't pay me to defend him.
That's right.
I defend him voluntarily as a friend, and that is why I am here. I support a friend up to the last minute. Thank you very much, Otieno, for testing the microphone. Let's go to this Douglas Kirimi, all the way from Meru. Mount Meru is in Tanzania, but
Douglas, how are you, sir? Very good morning to you, Dr. David, and also to my co-panelists. I'm coming to you live from the slopes of Nyambene Hills and also the slopes of Mount Kenya, the eastern side. Live here in Meru, we are very happy that the Mera business has also resumed, and also we've now transported over 220 tons of Mera to Somalia. We thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, and also Peter Munya, the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, and also Dr. David, to you, and also all your television networks across the world. You've been able to broadcast our issues as a community and also as a people, as a county. We are very grateful to you for giving us an opportunity through myself and others from Meru to also speak about our issues and also speak about our own issues as a community, and also to highlight the pride of our people, and also to thank one of our friends and also a senatorial candidate, Dr. Rosemary Getuma, who has been in presidential delegations to talk about Mera, to speak about the bilateral talks between the two countries and across the world, to highlight the pride of our people, especially on Mera issues. We thank her wherever she is. She has done a tremendous job in advocating for the opening of Mera business, also like yourself. She is very passionate about the economy of our people and the local well-being of our people and public good of the people of Meru. So to Dr. Rosemary Getuma, who is running for senator, we thank you. We are going to thank you properly at the ballot on 9th of August. Thank you, Dr. David, for having me on the show.
Thank you very much. And unfortunately, my phone seemed to have just died, so I don't know. But it is okay. Thank you very much, Douglas and Otieno. They have told us where they are, location. Thank you. Gladwell, Kiragu, with new style, new operation, new year, new month. The final whistle of conversation is here. Test the microphone.
A very good morning to you, Doc. Good morning to my fellow panelists. Good morning to our viewers coming live from Kiambu County.
What is happening in Kiambu County? We have started the conversation. We are not waiting. Today, don't wait for anybody to call you. You jump in. When you see the thing is heating up, jump in. Okay, yes, Gladwell.
I'll start by saying that currently the weather in Kiambu, it's a little bit cold, it's chilly. It was drizzling in the morning. The atmosphere here politically, it's kind of tensed at the moment. I don't know why. There's some tension, I don't know, here and there. I think something was to happen in today. I'm still here to know what was supposed to happen today. We can see the goons of Moses Kuria are actually aligned. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what was the event, because people actually rushing to Kiambu. I don't know what is there. And yesterday, Raila was actually in Kiambu, and the reception there was very warm. It was very well. He was warm. He was very much welcomed, and we are actually hoping for the very best. Back to you, Doc.
Yes. Thank you very much, Kiambu. The goons are doing what? What do they want to do? They want to test us. We are ready.
But I really don't know what is happening in Kiambu. There's something that was supposed to happen. I think there's a rally that is supposed to be held there today. I'm not yet sure whose, but the goons of Moses Kuria, I can see them. They're a little bit scattered here. And that's I'm saying the atmosphere is kind of tensed.
Okay, thank you very much. Nakuru. Tell us more about Nakuru. What is going on, boss? Mr. Kiptunai Saviana.
A very good morning to you. Very good morning to you, Daktari. I'm coming live to you from Nakuru County. Yesterday there was a political happenings. The Kenya Kwanza were around here, and surprisingly, people are changing minds towards Azimio. Another thing, Daktari, about Nakuru is that this guy Moses Kuria is rocking all over the country. You remember yesterday on his Facebook account, he was accusing our chief Toro, accusing our chiefs, the chief Ugoto and another of Kihingo. They were accusing them that they went to the share farm with president to incite the Kalenjin, to incite the Kikuyus to fight better with the Kalenjins around here. So all of yesterday, there was a lot of tension, but today I happened that I just rush to that side, Kiingo and Maunarok, and actually people are so worried. People are so worried that actually a leader of Moses Kuria who happens to come from Kiambu. How is it that he knows the names of these chiefs? How is it that he knows even the names of chiefs of Maunarok, 500 kilometers from where he is? So it is actually shame for him. It's actually not good. So another thing, Daktari, about here in Nakuru is that we were surprised yesterday when we watched news, William Ruto, while he's still in Eldoret, alluding that NIS, the government is using NIS to spread the aid, to spread the leaflets around the country. And it is shame. It is actually, NIS is a very credible institution. It cannot stoop too low. I submit.
Has just died. That's why I'm struggling to get it changed. Bambe, in the studios, read for us the news headlines.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. David Masanga, the founder and chairman of Punchline Africa Television. Thank you so much also for the panelists, wherever you are. And today's newspapers are actually broadly concerning the politics of the day. And the People Daily newspaper, if I can start with, come out and vote. That is the word. President Uhuru Kenyatta says he is ready to hand over power to whoever wins to the State House race, but urges voters to choose wisely, even as he thanks Kenyans for the chance to lead them for 10 years. And we also see in the same newspaper that with 6 days to polls and surveys showing tight race, top two presidential contenders, Raila and Ruto, have reviewed their strategies, urging supporters to come out in large numbers. And just in the same line, we have also seen Raila's popularity standing at 47%, while Ruto's popularity standing at 41%, 6 days to the hotly contested August 9 polls, according to the latest Ipsos poll. Now, moving on to daily newspaper, that's in Daily Nation. President Raila, it is now or never. A new layer of tarmac, a fresh coat of paint, new water and drainage connections, tighter security, and stately air around Bondo. Is this a sign of things to come for the most famous son of the land? Forget 2007. If ever there was a good chance for Raila Amolo Odinga to be president, this is it. That's actually on page 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the Daily Nation newspaper. And looking at the Star newspaper, elect DP Ruto at your own peril. President Uhuru Kenyatta tells Mount Kenya. He warns the region that residents will live to regret if they elect Deputy President Ruto for the presidency. That's on page 6 of the Star newspaper. Now we look at the East African newspaper, where the headline is Glad Hander and Master of Soft Power. Then there's a photo of President Uhuru Kenyatta there. As on page 4 to 5, you'll find a story. A part of it is that retiring President Uhuru Kenyatta pursued a business-heavy foreign policy in East Africa. He will be remembered for his charming mien and peace efforts at home and abroad. The story is on page 4 and 5. Apart from politics, we also have a story of schools being closed, and Magoha has ordered schools to be closed, where they also say about confusion hitting parents, teachers after abrupt directive as polls team starts dispatching voting materials to institutions. That is on page 7. That is part of what is on the daily newspaper. Dr. David Mathanga. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Viewers across the continent of Africa, thank you very much. This is Punchline Africa Television. Now look listening to those topics. any of you can start talking. But before I will do that, let's look at the headline that you talked about, the Star. Can you read us the headline of the Star?
The Star headline, elect DP Ruto at your own peril. President Uhuru Kenyatta tells Mount Kenya he has warned the region that residents will live to regret it if they elect Deputy President William Ruto to the presidency. That is the story is on page 6 of the Star newspaper.
Is the president correct on that one? Any of you can pick it, but before you pick it, Paul Onyango, welcome to the show. Test the microphone and don't tell us you are again in the noisy place.
I'm not in a noisy place. Thank you, Dr. Masanga, viewers, and fellow panelists. I think you can hear me loud and clear.
Very clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, on the topic of electing deputies at Mount Kenya's on peril, yeah, the president is right. Should we get there, you will pay for what you have done to us. And given that deputy president and his running mate now, Mr. Gachagua, all of them have been convicted in our Kenyan law, in our Kenyan courts. I think they will also be, one of the areas they're likely to deal with is the justice system. They're likely to interfere with the justice system or the constitution itself, such that it will be quite difficult for them to be challenged in any cases that might be facing from today. And also those judges who might have ruled cases against them might not also continue to be in the judiciary. If we look at, given that Mr. Ruto and Rigathi have been mentioned doing business with the government, also all their proxies doing business with the government, and more so the county governments. Some of these county governments have been having what we call pending bills. Some of these pending bills have been contributed largely or mainly by these corrupt cartels that have been doing business with the unfounded business channels. The county governments have been paying money to non-existent jobs or non-existent trade, and this has contributed largely to the pending bills that we have in many county governments, whereby some of these pending bills have not been verified. I think Mr. Ruto will make it a blanket check for these pending bills to just be paid. Seal the losses. Now, this the two gentlemen, it will not favor the Kenyan market system of trade, where we have the willing buyer, willing seller. Some people will be forced to, according to their conduct, the way the Muteshi land was acquired. These people, they have a high appetite for land and the money. They are already the land which are already in question. I think they will include more. Many people will lose land. Many people will lose their property, maybe industrial factories, to these people who have appetite for them. If they know very well that you are against their policies, what they will do, they simply acquire your property by force, merely by removing you as a director or as a shareholder there. Maybe they put somebody else, or they themselves, they acquire the property. So you will find this, the Mwakenya era of 80s will return. If you remember the early years of 80s, many investors were walking away, and that what led to the Multi-Party of 1992. So these our guys, they may not bring that freedom of press, freedom of political speech, freedom of trade. They will restrict the movement of many people. So we will not find what we have already achieved to be existing again. We will have lost our freedom. We will have lost the democratic space that we are having today. So Mr. President was right by telling the Mount Kenya people that they will live to regret. I think they can see what happened with their coffee and tea farm and tea trade in during the Moi era. Those things were completely removed. So many losses were people are removing the coffee farms. They were already cutting them down, maybe to do other trade. So now I think it is the Kibaki and Uhuru era that the coffee and tea became paying cash crops. So when we remove this, when these guys will come, they will form the cartels. We take over coffee and tea. These cartels with the people who are draining the farmers, just like what happened in these early years. So Mr. President was right, re-informing the Mount Kenya people. They be watchful where they are putting their vote. But it is not all the entire Mount Kenya voting pattern. You will look at when you check out the voting pattern of Mount Kenya, you find those who have been voting since 1992 to date. When you look at the voting group, you find that the old people are the ones having the larger amount of votes. The young people are just making noise in markets for the political rallies. They themselves, they don't have votes. So Mr. Uhuru has been addressing the older generation, not the young people. The young people have taken away with what like Moses Kuria and the regard. They have been the ones going around making noise. But Uhuru was addressing the old people who have been voting. Those they have been always very keen listening to him. So Mr. Ruto might find himself when tarehe tisa ikifika, it will be a totally different vote, a total voter turnout. It is Mount Kenya or Central Kenya mainly. I see it as a battleground, not a pro-ground for Ruto. That's my take.
Okay. Sophista Oeno, how is the politics in the diaspora as far as Baba and Azimio is concerned?
Yeah, I mean, so the diaspora comprises very well-informed people, and they are more leaning towards Baba, and they are looking forward to traveling to DC or Los Angeles, wherever there's a consulate, in order to vote on August 9th. I mean, of course, due to some of the inconveniences, some of them may not vote. But considering that they make a huge contribution, to their relatives back at home, they do have a huge influence. And I think they are overwhelmingly behind Baba. So we are looking forward to voting on that day.
So the vote in America, we shall get it.
Oh, definitely. That will be like Tharaka Nithi. They'll come in to fill in any gap that would be there. I mean, no sane person who has lived in an environment of integrity that's going to vote in Ruto as a person. I mean, we live in a country where if you have the slightest or iota of blemish in your life history, I mean, it's very hard to find a job. Morality comes first, and with morality comes progress. And I think that's why Uhuru is telling Central Kenya that they will live to regret it if they vote for Ruto, because Ruto's presidency or presidential run is premised on on a corrupt past. It's premised on trying to seek immunity either for himself, and even the person is chosen from Central Kenya. His deputy Rigathi Gachagua. He's a guy who just got convicted due to pilferage of billions of shillings, and I think when there is integrity in the country, as we saw in Kibaki era between 2002 and 2013, when there is integrity in Kenya, Central stands to gain. And when corruption rises into uncontrollable levels, the community that suffers the most is Central Kenya. I have the privilege of, I'm a Luo, but I was raised in Central Kenya with the Kikuyus, right at the heart of 1990s when, during the height of Moi regime, and during the time when folks like Biwott, terrorized the country with corruption. And I have the benefit of knowing, the kind of struggles that Central Kenya went through with dilapidated road network. There's a time when a landslide separated the road between Kenol and Maragua. And that, I think I was in Form 2, and that thing stayed on until I was in Form 4. So you had people going and getting off the car and going to the other side to take other cars. Yet it's a very commonly used road between Keno and Muranga. And that's where Uhuru is about to make a dual carriageway, between Thika all the way to Nyeri. I think Raila will continue with those programs. As you saw when Ruto was given a chance to give names for naming us into the cabinet, he brought a coterie of his tribesmen. So when he forms the cabinet, I don't think it's probably going to be 50% of his tribesmen, and that's not going to be good for Central Kenya, because Central Kenya would have to share out the remaining 50% with the other 40 tribes. And, Central Kenya comprises the largest proportion of the population. And so any cabinet that comes up should reflect that if positions are shared equitably. Dr. Matsanga, back to you, sir.
Thank you very much. My dear friend, Sophista Otieno, I know it is very late across in the states, but you have given us a breakdown for us who are in Nairobi, who are determined. Today I called this election conversation.
Correct.
Bottlenecks. Let's have a conversation around elections, excluding IEBC, because we can't take IEBC on at the moment. We have to focus on IEBC delivering the elections, on IEBC giving us whatever election will come now. It is only 6 days left. We can't condemn them, we can't remove them, we can't. Let's leave that subject. Let's now focus on getting our voters to come out, wake up, and we go and vote. So you have given us an analysis of what is in the states. How about asking you, have you also, made it sure that you use all your vote and your mighty as you are in the states to make sure that the people who are back in Kisumu, because that's why President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday said, don't just say yes, yes. Go get out all the people, even those who are on hospital bed but not able to walk, able to talk. Get them in cars and they cast their vote, they return. That is how we are going to defeat the 2 thieves, the convicts. These are called convicts. There is nothing more than that. It's purely convicts. These are convicts that should actually be not roaming the streets of Nairobi, but roaming the town and the gardens of Kamiti. But because of the judicial system, and there is something that I want to bring to this conversation. I don't know whether you have also thought the way I'm thinking. One Kenyan will wake up and go to court and say, it was very wrong for the IEBC, knowing very well that these guys are not appealed against these cases, to allow the 2 convicts to be on the ticket in the Supreme Court. Don't you think that could happen?
Yes, absolutely. I think that could happen, and the onus. So the onus is on us. Okay, let me put it this way: election nullifications are not very common around the world, and the Kenya's 2017 was quite an exception. And what the court talked about was irregularities, and so the onus is on Kenyans to come out in overwhelming numbers, and whoever is supporting Raila to vote him in. We need to give him an unquestionable mandate. And I think if the mandate is unquestionable and the margin is wide enough, I think it's going to be very hard for the court to reverse the election outcome. And what I think Kenyans should do, I do run a YouTube channel, it's called Perspectives 2022, and I'm going to dedicate the next the next 6 days in trying to push for people to come out in large numbers, so that we vote in Baba with unquestionable mandate, so that it doesn't run the country with a cloud hanging behind his head. We've got a lot of work to do to make Kenya industrialized, to get the systems in place to make sure that Kenya evolves into a just, equitable, and a nation of integrity, because integrity that Baba and Mama are going to instill may not be felt right in their term, but it's going to lay a groundwork around which we don't end up with convicts even getting near office, so that we don't end up with public money being pilfered, because we do have more than enough, actually. And what is happening in the world right now, with all the COVID-19 and the Russian-Ukraine war, is that there's an international reset. And so this creates a very opportune moment that Kenya can seize to not only lift itself or lift the poorest of its poorest from poverty, but also start building groundwork to become industrialized, because the demand for goods is out there. And as an Amazon or e-commerce entrepreneur myself, I do understand how difficult it is to find goods. And most of the goods we are looking for is not just in the United States. We are looking for goods from around the world. Thailand, Vietnam, they do very well. And I think over the, people like Vietnam, you cannot say that they are way better than Kenyans in terms of IQ. And so what Kenya needs is opportunity. And when we are talking about international trade, we need integrity, we need honesty, because you're dealing with somebody who's just approaching you online. You've never met them. What they want is, I like the shirt, I'm going to order 1,000 pieces, I'm going to wire you the money, I've never seen you. And so integrity becomes very key. As we have right now, and with the leadership of Ruto and the way he's running, I've heard him in interviews saying that you can have corruption going on and still develop the country. That's not true. It cannot happen that way. So corruption has to be gotten out of the way, and the way to get it out of the way is this election, making sure that he doesn't get near State House.
Thank you very much.
Yes, can I add something?
Yes, something quickly, because we have Douglas waiting. Yes.
Yeah, on the point on Mr. Sospita, I think I would give him some more challenge that the diaspora,
Yes.
The diaspora, especially people from the Lake region.
Yes.
Yeah, there's one thing that you have been always forgetting about. There have been looking some discussions online, especially people around Uganda, DRC, Congo, Eastern area.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
You can hear me now? Hello?
Yes.
You are hearing me now?
Yeah, make your point.
Okay,
yes,
my point is this. My point is this: there are people who have been asking for opportunity, especially if Raila presidency will bring calm in the country. They're saying that we need to make some more conversation around some potential areas where people can where they are especially in agriculture, where there are some people can produce. We can trade across the country, or if there are opportunities that these things can be imported. Why don't you, the diaspora out there, why don't you come back home and find places whereby you can especially give some incentives, or the people around there where they can also do some more farming or for production, so that might be the things that you might be looking for can directly come from your home. I think you can take that point from there, that where you can come back home or within the region, identify somewhere, then you can do some production. These things can be imported where you need them outside there.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's come to Douglas Kirimi. Let's talk. You saw the headline of the Star. That's what we are. And the President Uhuru Kenyatta advised the people, please don't vote in people and don't cry after that. It is like Jesus who told the people of Jerusalem, the women who were waiting and crying and said, they have killed our king, they have killed. He said, don't cry for me, cry for your children. So Douglas, you are one of those who might cry when Ruto reverses the entire mirror. Are you ready to give him your vote? And what are you doing to make sure that the vote comes in favor of Baba? Douglas Kirimi from Meru.
Thank you, Dr. David, for that opportunity. And I also think that the people of Meru also know for a fact what is happening for them, and also what is happening across the country. And I believe, from my perspective, that we have what it takes to also make sure tests and also take care of our own issues as a region and also as a county. For example, Dr. David, we've seen people who have said that they are going to reverse so many issues. We've seen Rigathi Gachagua in Meru when he said that he's going to work on various issues, making sure that people get into something else like alternative farming instead of our parents, our forefathers farmed our time. We cannot transition our community into something else. Mira is our main income earner, and we as a community, we are satisfied with what we are doing. I believe the president said that after people vote, they are going to win, and also they are going to make a lot of noise in the end. But also, Dr. David, people should also listen to the President of the Republic of Kenya. He said he has a solution to the Mira issue in Meru and other tea and also coffee and everything. And people who have also worked very hard to make sure that the president has achieved what he has achieved, especially in Meru, in bilateral talks and all that. Professional people like Dr. Rosemary Getuma, who is also your friend. She told me that she knows you, Dr. David, and she has really fought across the world in Somalia and various places in the world to make sure that this country and this county benefits from bilateral talks and also the business links, and from the Chamber of Commerce, from ICPAC, where she was a vice chairman, vice chairperson, to help the President of the Republic of Kenya set an agenda for the people of Kenya and also help propel this country on the national and international map to make sure that investments trickle down into our county, where I understand she's running for governor, senator, and also she's also making a lot of inroads. Dr. David, I hope you're going to come through for your friend, Dr. Rosemary Getuma in Meru, and so that we can be able to bring everything to the fore, and also make sure that the people who have depended the president and also helped him have also come to develop the country and leave the country in safe hands. If we are not willing in Meru to leave this country criminals and the thieves in real sense here in Meru, we cannot have an opportunity of sending William Ruto to the State House to be able to undo the gains that you have done yourself to help propel this country forward, to fight for the Mera people using your television and all that. And for professionals and so many other people who have also been fighting to work for president and also to make sure that his agenda sticks in the international scene, like Dr. Rosemary. We cannot take from UDA. We need her to come to the Senate from Meru so that they can continue fighting for counties, equalization fund, and also to make sure that the policies of the President of the Republic of Kenya have been streamlined in the constitution, in parliament through laws, and also to make sure that we, the people of Meru, benefit from what the president has been doing for 10 years. So, Dr. David, we are ready to listen to the president of the Republic of Kenya, what he said, that we should be able to be wary of these criminals masquerading as leaders who have been fighting professional advice, professional experience that has been also been at the disposal of President Uhuru Kenyatta, and people, top consultants like yourself who have been advising this government on what to do in terms of diplomacy, foreign policy, and also governance issues across the country. Dr. David, we cannot let this country go to criminals led by Dr. William Ruto in this country. And even here at the county, I've told you that the people have decided that they are going to also reward professionals like Dr. Rosemary. We cannot talk of UDA at this point. It is 4 days to elections. We need to have a conversation around these issues, around how people are going to vote. And we need to tell the people the way the president has said he has a right to say who the people are going to, who is going to support for president. Even here in Meru, we are very categorical on who we are going to support for Senate, governorship, and all that. If you're not aligned with the president's agenda, we are not going to vote for you. If you are aligned with the criminals and the thieves, we have no chance and opportunity for you. That's why I'm saying every region now knows who they are going to vote for. In our region, I've told you for Senate, a person that has experience, a requisite experience and exposure to help the country and also the county protect our Mera business and interests. We have no business with people from UDA or people from William Ruto's party. We want a person that can come defend our county, defend our government, and also make sure that devolution is defended, especially for Senate, because that is where major issues are going to be tackled in the Senate to make sure that we, the people of Meru, our heritage, our Mera issues and Mera business, and especially the bilateral talks that are also ongoing to also expand the Mera business to other towns in Somalia, because it is also in Mogadishu alone. We can now expand to other towns in Somalia. Such people, that is what we want. The president's legacy can only be secured through people who understand the system, who understand how it is done, and the people who have requisite exposure to make sure that we, the people of men, have an opportunity to have leaders that are going to represent us well. And we have been told, and Dr. David, you saw that I was in the media the other day, I was asking the people to vote for leaders that are going to propel this county forward and also propel this country forward, especially working with the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. And this conversation on who is going to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. You can only succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta if you believe in his cause and you believe in his legacy, and you also believe in articulating his agenda and protecting his legacy as a president of the Republic of Kenya, especially for us, the people of Meru who have benefited from bypasses, cancer center, the Meru General Hospital, which is now the county referral hospital, expansion and other medical facilities and equipments that the president has been able to bring to the fore, especially here in Meru. We are very grateful, Dr. David. And one thing we need to also ask the people of Meru is that make a very conscious decision at the ballot. Do not elect criminals in UDA here at the county. Don't elect Medeka Rinturi. Do not elect Kaduri Murungi, who is running for senator. Elect people like Kiraito Murungi, Kawira Mwangaza, the women who are running for governor, or Dr. Rosemary Getuma, a woman of excellence, a woman who has been the vice chair of ECPAC and all that, with no track record for criminal activities like Medeka Rinturi of UDA. This is another William Ruto that we are going to vote here in Meru. Kaduri Murungi defrauded the government of South Sudan and other private enterprises in South Sudan. He's masquerading as a senator for Meru. Do not elect these people here at the county level. At the national level, do not elect William Ruto, because you are going to ruin this country and destroy the fulcrum of the president's legacy, or the backbone of the president's legacy, which is honesty, transparency, and accountability. We, the people of Meru, have decided that at the county level, Skeleton Murungi or Kawira Mwangaza, people with a track record, rather than Kaduri Murungu is running for senator and Medeka Rinturi, criminals who are out here to destroy the economy of Meru and also auction the Meru to the Sugoi man. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my man from the mountain of Mount Kenya, Kiragu. We are in the discussion. Let's go on now. It's your turn.
I'll start by saying, I'm one person who comes from Mount Kenya. And let me say, where I come from, it's like it's the heart of Mount Kenya. So anything that talks or hits about Mount Kenya, it involves me. And I always say that when a snake bites you, you can't put your ankle, whereby the snake will actually bite you again. And that is what actually has been happening. And that's why you can see Uhuru Kenyatta, he says that, and he's pleading with the people not to vote Ruto because, he has been beaten twice. And because it's not the first time Ruto is biting him, but, Ruto is like a rat. Why nauma inapuliza? That is what is good at.
It's
And,
a parasite.
Yeah, yes, he's a parasite. And again, he's also like a rattlesnake that hides actually under the green grass that you can't see it. And, the hypocrisy in this man is something that only the blind cannot see. But again, with Ruto, the way he's actually been yapping here, abusing the president. There's one thing yesterday I was listening to elders saying that, if there were some people, if it was Moi who was actually being insulted by Ruto, the same way he's doing to Uhuru, I mean, Moi could have detained him a long time ago. So our president has got a weak spot, a spot of kindness, whereby he just let everybody be, because at the end of it all, it's not about him, but the country, our country, Kenya. That's why when he was saying yesterday, what matters to him is the peace of our country, Kenya. And I always say, even after these elections, our country, Kenya, won't shift from where it is and actually go tell Uganda, nisongea nimekuja. No, it will still remain where it is. So I always say there's actually life after election. But again, people are actually taking these elections to the heart. I told you there's a family I know where the father cannot speak to the son because one is in Azimia, the other one is in UDA. That is rubbish. I mean, there's life after election. But the worst part is that we are, most of the people of Mount Kenya, are allowed to be brainwashed. And we've been brainwashed, and the funny part is that you can't see even things when they are going wrong. Everything you see is just right. For instance, the issue of regarding Gachagua, the 200 million scandal recently, there are people who still saying even though he was found with 500 million, they will still support him. The funny and the stupid part of these people is that is your money. This is Kenyans' money that this guy was found with. That's why people are sleeping hungry. That's why some of these projects actually falling under their part, the likes of Kimorel Dam. Some others, because they have pocketed the cash. But where is it? The other day, Mother Karua said that when Uhuru said that the unga reduced to 100, but there are already some people who are pocketing some money, and that's why actually the scarcity of unga at the moment. If you don't buy unga between around 9 to 10 to 11, then when you go to the supermarket, there is no unga, because people already started pocketing the cash. So these are the kind of leaders we want to eliminate in our country. And that's why I'm saying, not unless Mother is there and Raila is there, then corruption will still be the order of the day in our nation. Because, and I always say, in Kenya, you can't mention anything without the term corruption being there. And it's high time. We are blessed with a good country, a country that is peaceful, a country that is actually productive, but at the same time, a country that actually is run by cartels who only enrich themselves, who actually are out here saying that the government has failed, them forgetting they're still in the same government. We need a stable government. We need a transparent government. We need an accountable government that can say, we got a loan, 250 billion to do this, and the work is done. The same way as Uhuru exits, and by the way, he's a very happy man because he has delivered. And we can say the reason as to why we all go around recording the Uhuru's legacies because this man has worked. Yesterday was in Karimeno Dam. It's a dam that when I was there before it started, I was actually shocked. It looks good. It's a dam that will supply water to most people in Kiambu and some parts of Nairobi. So when you exit into power, always ask yourself, what will people remember me for? And Ruto, for example, when he gets defeated, my question is, what will we remember that guy for? I submit.
Thank you very much, Gladwell Homa Bay. So, thank you very much. The conversation, Gladwell Homa Bay. Yes, you told me you have interest in Homa Bay. Thank you very much. Now let's come back to Mr. Nakuru. Our discussion is going on well. That's the conversation we want. What is your view from the people of the Rift Valley?
Thank you so much, Dr. David. And it is actually a sad morning. My sister Gladwell was actually visiting Karimeru Dam in Gatundu. I was also supposed to be visiting Kimwarer, Aror, and Itare. But what happened? There are no dams. So it is a shame for us. It is actually, I want to applaud the President of the Republic of Kenya for having come out and told people, for this guy at their own peril. He knows him very well. Remember, he deputized him from 2013 up to date. From 2013 up to 2017, it was a looting. The projects which were supposed which were meant actually to assist us for this are down. How are we going to vote? In fact, there's somebody who asked Pauline Toroge on our Facebook page that Uhuru Kenyatta is doing this thing only in Central. And he was asked, is Kimwarer in Central? It is in Elgeyo Marakwet. Is Aror in Kimwarer? It is in Elgeyo Marakwet. Is Itare? It is in Nakuru. Whereas this plant was supposed to help us, it is down. NCCP cereals and produce port down. Everything in the valley is down. And if there is a place where it was supposed to benefit from this government was the valley, because we actually given the half of the government. The half of the cabinet were given to our son. But what happened? Nothing. So it is actually a conversation that we need actually to go loud, these people. You see, what is happening now, people have realized who this guy is. This is the man who can say anything. Yesterday he was in Eldoret telling people these leaflets which have been being spread around here has been spread by people from NIS. And remember, before the erupt of post-election violence, the same leaflets were spread. Why is it that he did not say it? By that time it was still NIS. Why is it that he didn't come out and say, okay, this is work being done by NIS? There is a lot of cover-up. There is a lot of things that are happening around Rift Valley. You see, when you see a man who is using Moses Kuria to insult, a man who is using Moses Kuria to insult our chiefs, to downgrade our chiefs, that is why Uhuru Kenyatta came out and told these people in the mountain, both this person at their own peril. And I want to congratulate people from Mountain, Chavan Karanja, and Gladwell. These are the people they hear one voice from Uhuru Kenyatta, and they will wake up early in the morning to make sure they vote for His Excellency Raila Amolo Odinga. When we talk of yesterday, when Mother Karua was saying that the money has been released, but there are people who are pocketing. Who are these people who are pocketing? You see, the team of William Ruto, they are trying to capture these millers so that they cannot release this hunger, so that they will use it as only political tool to incite people. But that one cannot happen. I want to report this, and I bring you up to date on this television that today in the morning, even if this town is actually raining, people are lining up in a shop around town, buying munga. People are buying munga in terms of bundles. And I was asking myself when I was coming here, so that we participate in this conversation, is this the munga in the talk about? People are happy. I asked somebody who has stopped munga, what is happening? And now they are saying munga is available. Why is it that munga was not available yesterday? After Munya said we are going to deal with these people, the UNGA is now available. Dr. Matanga, how are we going to give to a power? How are we going to wake up early in the morning on Tuesday morning with all these days to go and vote to somebody who, how can Mount Kenya, we're going to wake up to vote to somebody who denied them equitable resources, equitable distribution of resources through BBI. One man, one vote, 1 shilling. When somebody when a student in Garissa is getting 50,000, you see who try to explain to people of Central. Because when I came out, when we came with between hands and we wanted to come out with this to bring you this idea, it was for the distribution of resources. Kiambu, where my sister Gladwell is coming from, is not populated. But she might, but what does she say? They are not yet receiving the same amount of bursary, which somebody in Garissa who is studying at KMTC Nakuru is receiving 50,000 as bursary. Somebody in Kiambu is receiving 2,000. So tell me, now we want to tell Uhuru Kenyatta as he is going to launch this project. Yesterday he was telling people in Nyanza, don't entertain somebody, Dr. Matanga, who has no rank from phone, who has not voted. And I want to encourage my brothers of Peter, who is in United States of America. I want to encourage you to use all Facebook platforms, make phone calls, use some of us who are in this country, so that we reach these people. Let us make sure that as few people in United of America and outside the country, let us reach those people in villages. Let us ask these guys from border guys from your places. If there is somebody who is sick and it is now raining, let them take these people to the polling station. Let them vote. Want to realize, want to capture this city, want to make sure this 47 umeongeza mpaka imekuwa 54 the way daktari you've been analyzing. So it is actually shame for somebody of William Ruto's caliber to stand up and the last time he said as long as you wait me, don't kill my children. And yesterday Nelson telling us it is the ministry, it's the office of the president through Karanja Kibitu and NIS who are spreading these leaflets around. And I asked myself, Daktari, last time I shared with you a photograph of a full, almost 1 acre of cabbages. Somebody decided, because they are not in the same political line, he decided to go and kata those cabbages. We will start NIS. So NIS is a credible institution. Office of the President is a credible institution. And I was asking myself, how are these people going to govern when they are against this institution? These are the people, as my brother Douglas has been saying, these are the people we are not supposed to make them to come near power. Here in Nakuru, Daktari, we decided to vote for Lee Kinyanjui. Lee Kinyanjui is a performer, is our governor. For these 5 years, he has been a governor. In this town, it is not like 2014 where you are here. You promised recently you will come. You'll come, I take you all around. The town is okay. It is now the person who comes from the UPA side of Kenya Kwanza she was against the elevation of this place to city. How is she going to govern? So we are not going to vote. And other MPs like Suna in Doro is a Jubilee candidate. We cannot vote for Charity Kadambu, who is inciting people, inciting my fellow Kalenjins to go and fight together with Kikuyu so that it brings, so that she blames peace. The person who bungled UDA, the last time you saw someone all the way from London where you are, is called Kaniaro, complaining that I gave out my money, but they bungled nominations. We cannot, and we are not going to do that. Here in Nakuru, we will be maintaining peace. We are using all the platforms. We are going village, so that these people will come out and vote for His Excellency Raila Odinga, and we continue with the legacy project of Uhuru Kenyatta. How are we going to give power to somebody who is saying he's going to reverse all this, who is saying we are going to set a commission to investigate Uhuru Kenyatta? We are returning the Naivasha tripod, which has helped us. It will help us. People from Africa, all over Africa, will be taking their misigos, the trailers will be coming from Uganda, Central, DRC, and all other parts of the country. How are we going to give power or vote somebody who will make this railway, which Uhuru Kenyatta launched recently? You can travel from here to Kisumu peacefully with maybe 400 shillings. So it's a wake-up call for our beloved viewers and those who are listening to this great television. Wake up early in the morning. Make sure you, after voting, go for that friend of yours who is not feeling well. take porta, even if it is raining, make sure you appear in the polling station, let us vote for Raila Odinga, because he's the man who will take this country. Thank you. Back to you, Daktari.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now we come another headline on the newspaper Pambe.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. David Matanga.
Another headline.
Yeah, we have the standard here, which says, Baba it is. Uhuru says as DP warns police on leaflets. President Uhuru Kenyatta, speaking in Kisumu, says the only path to peace and development is a vote for Azimio candidate, but Ruto reads foul play after hate messages circulate in the Rift Valley. You remember that there were hate messages that were being circulated in parts of Eldoret, saying that if you don't vote for this candidate, then you will see your way out of this particular place. So that is what they're also talking about.
Okay, and, thank you very much.
Yes.
I think we have covered that one in the first topic. Uhuru has made a decision. We are going fully throttle on the question of supporting His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta on this journey. We have no regrets for making such a decision. Neither do we have any difficulties in assessing who is the best amongst the best. And I think the best amongst the best is Raila Amolo Odinga and Martha Karua. The best pair. You cannot, to be honest, you can't start voting convicts to go and represent you to a supermodel when a convict has actually stolen the shoes of another convict, of another supermodel. Can you choose a thief to go and represent you at a supermodel catwalk, which Gladwell Kiragu is an expert on catwalk policy. Catwalk policy. Can you choose someone who has stolen somebody's shoes and tell her to go and catwalk? Surely these people have stolen our money. Now they have come back to Kenyans and told them we can catwalk around you, even when the money we stole bought the shoes. Gladwell, can you do that?
No.
Oh my God! Even the child behind us said, Kiputanui, today is a great day tonight. At last, News Central Africa has given us 1 hour. And I want all of you to do your hands like this. And your hands like this and clap. Douglas, clap. News Central is on DSTV. And it has given Punchline 1 hour. So I would request all of you to be very, very smart starting from next week. Because we shall be broadcasting to over 400 million people. So we have a slot in the News Central. But tonight, your son of soil here is launching with them the Africa village, the village square, African square. On that program, the whole world, the whole Africa, they chose the son of soil. So don't I deserve a clap, Madam Gladwell? It looks like you are not clapping. Don't clap with those yellow things. Clap the real thing like a moi.
I'm clapping.
So 9 o'clock East African time, channel 422. Those who have got DSTV, I'm sure that it is only Douglas Kirimi who has got it. I don't know. And Kitanui has. Who has got DSTV in the house? This is silence, but you can go online. You will see us on News Central. We are now on DSTV, watched by over 400 million people. And that inaugurated themselves a stable climate. They have made they actually finally recruited me as one of their East African bureau chief, as the chief of the bureau. But I said, I don't want payment. I want my television to take a show. Have you seen how I take your talents higher? I want us to take a show of Matsanga Africa perspective inside there, so that 1 hour every Thursday, we have 1 hour, 400 million people, or 5 even across the globe, watching us when we're hammering this down live. So don't you clap for yourself, Gladwell. That's it. Whether here, whether London, whether Lagos, whether Harare, whether where, we are home. Are you not happy? So thank you very much, viewers. I think if in absence of everything, you not see that I have not been very comfortable. Something is itching me. My phone's collapsed. This one died. Just as I was entering here, I don't know what they have planted. This is a phone I bought recently. You remember people when we went to Mombasa, you remember? This is the phone. And it has just died. It is very bad. Very, very bad. Died with all my numbers. I think they hacked it. Hackers can destroy that, Kiraku.
I think if it's a new one, then it has a 24, it has got a 1-year warrant. So you can replace it. If I'm not wrong, you can replace it because it's new one.
You can see the problem I have with this girl. She never gives the solutions at all. But
I've given you a solution.
Somebody is joining with an iPhone. Thank you very much. Who is that joining with an iPhone? Can we see your face, please? Oh, it is again. Okay. Thank you very much. We are about to close to clock in. Can we now ask you, when are you launching your tonight? Do you have DSTV in America? We can't hear you. Unmute.
No, we don't have DSTV in America. Are you planning to? Are you planning to do your?
No, I am on DSTV tonight, channel 422.
Oh, okay.
On the News Central, you know that television News Central.
Yes.
Now, if you can't have DSTV, then you can have online. But I will be there tonight. They are launching the show. So I will be there, but we have been given a slot of 1 hour each Thursday for my television to case study Matsanga Africa perspective.
Okay.
And also,
and are you going to post the link on Azimio Beyond Borders? You know, there is that group I usually. Okay.
Yes,
if you post the link there, I'll be able to see it.
We are all friends, and I'm going to do that.
Okay, good. I'll do that. And I've posted the link to my YouTube channel on the chat. So yeah. So if anybody is on this chat on this show and is wanting to follow up on other things that I've shared, you can just subscribe. Thank you so much, Doc.
Thank you very much. You take my, I don't know, my number. You have my number.
If it's the one you use in Azimio Beyond Borders, yes, I have access to that.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay, so I'll be contacting you soon.
Thank you very much. The guys on Azimio Beyond Borders, some of them, why don't you tell them that is the giant of the politics of Kenya? There were some in the centuries who did not know me. But later on,
serious?
Yes.
People who know Dr. Matsanga?
They were bringing Professor Manyora. Then Manyora said, oh, he can't speak before. Matsanga has to speak first because he's an elder. He's older than me by a few years. So that is when they knew that I did. I hit a border. It is myself.
Yes, I mean, I've known you for long. I used to do a guest column on the Star around 2012 all the way to 2017, and I've also been published in the Daily Nation and Standard and stuff like that. So, and of course, you were very active around that time also. So
yes, I am here now. Victory has come home.
Absolutely. I just enjoy listening to you. I've always enjoyed listening to you. And even when we don't agree, I always appreciate the way you put your points across. I really love it.
Thank you very much. We shall keep on coming in once in a while before you go to sleep. We come in and give us ideas and morale from the West, where you are. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And on top of Uhuru, I'll be your new friend. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. God bless.
Okay.
All right. Good morning, wherever you are. We only have 6 minutes to the top of the hour. That has been the Good Morning Show. That is, we have been looking at the election conversation. You have been with us, Dr. David Mathanga, who is the founder and the chairman of Punchline Africa Television and the affiliate stations like Radio Punchline Africa, among others. You have been also with me, Pambe Mukanga, from Radio Punchline Africa, and also the panelists. We have, we had Douglas Karimi from Meru County. We had Gladwell Kiragu from Kisumu. We had Sospita Otieno from London. Then we also had Kiptanui Savania from Nakuru, who are our correspondents. Thank you so much, Dr. David Mathanga. You can perhaps say something about it.
States.
Yeah. Sorry, just to pardon on that, Sospita Otieno from the United States. Thank you so much for listening to us and also tuning in Punchline Africa Television. Remember also to tune in to Radio Punchline Africa wherever you are.